Baby's in the front seat, trouble with the curb. Love is in the back seat, singing like a bird. Oh no, take me to the good life. Stranger on the mountain, hanging on your word. Walking in the night, yeah, everything is good. Oh no, take me to the good life.
Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to do it had to hit me, and I had to sit there and I read it, and I'm like, with everything that's going on, I had to come out and say something about this and give the other half of it, because a lot of people are not understanding, and I think it's pretty stupid of this company thinking that they can sit there and strong arm kind of like strong arm the state troopers and the highway patrol, and trying to strong arm the company. And I think it's kind of messed up. All right, over in Left Line with Lefty in my group and now on my page. I believe it's on my page. If not, I'll put it on as soon as I'm done. Over in my group, John Hall actually put in a thing that came in from the Wyoming DOT about a company called Blue Line Trucking, or Blue Line Carriers. They're out of Canada. Well, I guess during the winter storms, they actually had a truck that went off the road, had to have a towing company come out there and do heavy recovery on it. And I guess the bill on it was like $77,000, but they negotiated down to $50,000 for the total bill. And they wanted to sit there and give a problem and say, "Oh, that's too much." And what's up, Dave? It's good to see you out here. I'm sorry I'm bothering you, everybody. I know you're all at work, but I just had to come on here because it's getting under my skin that thinking that the company's thinking that most of the towing companies are out here doing highway robbery on this stuff. And I can tell you firsthand for Tennessee and in Florida, these towing fees are regulated. They're regulated by the state, regulated by the county, and by the city. Used to do towaways in the city. Those are regulated. You can't do anything. I think they were like $100 at the time. They were $100 for the towaway. I think now they're up to $115. And the city's the one that regulates how much you can charge. County the same way. If you do a county rotation call, I think it's now up to $135. It used to be, back in 08, 09, it was $125. So, I mean, you figure in 10 to 15 years, 10 to 12 years, they only went up $10. And the way it works is the first half hour on scene is part of the 135. Anything over that in every 15-minute increment is, I think it may be $20 now for every 15 minutes, or it may be 15 for every 15. So it's like $1 a minute. And that's county setup. That is state setup. The state of Florida Highway Patrol has done the same way. They're the same rates. Once you get towed and then you get billed for mileage, whatever the mileage rate is after so many miles, I think it's anything after 10, then they get to charge Highway Patrol, which it's whatever the rates they set up and they agreed to that you're allowed to charge, which could be anywhere from $250 to $350 a mile. But now if it's in a bigger truck, you're doing a heavy recovery, you're out in the middle of the winds, blowing trucks over, you're dealing with ice, snow, it's going to take you a little longer. So some of them things, I know a heavy record, they're getting anywhere. I know back in the day when I was doing them, we were $1,200 as soon as you rolled outside the gate. And that's off the property. And then if you do like Florida, they have a risk program, just like Tennessee, we have a TOMS program, which is like the risk program. You got so much time to get these vehicles removed off the highway and open them up. All right, Wyoming DOT, it's even being accused that the DOT is actually taking kickbacks. And I'm gonna pull this up a little bit, and I'm gonna stick it to the stream, and I'm gonna show you. And right here, it's Blue Line carriers. They're disputing that they've asked the state of Wyoming to refund $45,000. They paid $50,000 for the total bill. That's in total the recovery, towing it back, storage, everything. Yeah. See, they settled for 50, but they're demanding that the highway patrol pay them back 45,000. And as you can see right there, and I'm still trying to figure that one out. What do you think? You're out there, your driver. All right, I understand windy conditions. Well, if it's got gusts of wind that's running 40 to 80-mile-an-hour winds, and they're telling you to park it, don't be running through it if you got a light box, empty box, or even a half-loaded box, and even some fully loaded boxes, they have issues. And it's really, really starting to get under my skin because I've done towing for years. And I got brothers out here that can vouch for it. I don't have to prove myself, but they know where I'm coming from and they know what I'm saying. All right, so you go out and do a heavy recovery. It takes you to have the truck. You probably had to have 2 trucks doing a winch out, especially with that type of wind. You got 4 to 5 guys on the ground. So each one of those is man time. That's another $50 per man, depending on what the conditions are, because the state may require 6 people, and it could be $100 per man per hour. All right, so you're already looking at $600 an hour just in manpower. All right, 2 trucks, guaranteed. If it's in snow, wind, and everything else like that, and it's blowed over, you're going to have 2 trucks anyways, just to be on the safe side, because you don't want to overdo 1 truck and then cause another issue. So safety rule is you always run 2 trucks. All right, so you're looking at $2,400. Let's say just go on the basis of $24,000 or $3,000 an hour for 2 trucks. You got 2 trucks sitting out there running, idling, working. 2 guys operating it. So you got 2 manpower there, 2 trucks, and you got 4 other guys that are making sure that the cables ain't slipping. If it needs airbags, that's more equipment. If it's fully loaded, you're going to have airbags to lay it back over. This is what I'm talking about. Every bit of that costs money. It just does not go out there and come for free. Just like if I had a wrecker and I decided to go out and you put yourself in the ditch. All right. So I got to go out there and you're down over the mountain or in the ditch. And for me to pull you out and get you out, it takes time for me to sit there and have to cut trees, try to get you back over the guardrail or whatever, if you didn't break the guardrail, and bring you back up the same way. All that is time. If I have to have special rigging, each part of my rigging is a separate fee because I have to use special tools to get the job done and get it done right. And this is where it irritates the hell out of me, is on this company right here thinking, well, hey, we paid $50,000. We want the highway patrol to pay us back $45,000. What do you think? You think you're going to send out 2 trucks, 5 guys, let's say 6 guys. All right, so that's including the 2 drivers. All right, so you got 2 drivers, 2 trucks, 4 guys on the ground, making sure everything's out there, helping to rig everything up. Then the tow, the mileage, the impound, and then having to make sure it's inventoried, make sure everything's good. Then wait for them to bring another truck or trailer if it's bad enough to where you can't have it. You're still going to have to bring another truck, and then you're going to have to pay on that part. Just on that part, you're looking $10,000, 10 to 15, depending on how the situation goes. All right. Then you got your storage. All right. So let's say they're charging $250 a day. That's exactly 24 hours from the moment it hits the yard. So from, let's say if it hits at 10 o'clock that night, so until 10 o'clock the next day, you can't bill for anything else. Well, on the second day, after you hit that first 24 hours, when it hits 25 hours, you bill for another day of storage. Then you bill for an administrative fee, which is doing all the paperwork and getting everything done of the highway patrol, the police reports, making sure what equipment was used, writing everything up for part of the bill. And then you got your storage, if it needs tarps, if it needs this and that. This is where it pisses me off is companies like this. And this is a company out of Canada. They may do it different there, but this is ridiculous. I mean, come on. I mean, asking for a refund for $45,000. And then they sitting there saying, well, we had to pay this to get our truck and cargo back. Well, yeah. I mean, it's like taking your car to a mechanic and he fixes your car and you tell him to, and then you sit there and turn around and go, well, I ain't paying for you, but I need my car. You think they're going to give it to you without you paying for the bill? I mean, come on, people. These companies got to get their heads out of their ass, and I don't care if I piss you off. And I mean, really, I understand there's a thing of gouging on certain things, but when it comes to this ain't gouging. This is work, and you're not wanting to pay for it. These guys go out here and bust their butts day in, day out. Some of these guys are pushing 36, maybe 40-hour shifts before they can get home. If it's got snow, winter, or anything like that, them guys are not going home. They're sleeping in that truck. They're on duty. They're having to sit there and wait for this stuff. It's common sense. But I'm going to do a show Saturday. My Saturday show is going to be about this company, the regulations with Wyoming and a few other states. Tennessee, same way. The state regulates what the max that we can charge. We can charge less, but the state regulates the max. County tells us this is the max. This is what we do. So we bill at what they say we can bill at. And this is what people don't understand. And it's not just, it's the towing company and it's got something to do with the highway patrol. It really don't. It's set up with your counties, your cities, state government, not your police department. And usually it's your city councils like Orlando. Your city council is the one that regulates how much you can charge for a towaway, how much you can charge for in-town towing for the Orlando Police Department. Like here in Tennessee, Bristol's $100. That's their rate. And I think they just bumped it up last year to $120. It's $120 or $125. I think they actually bumped it up to. Because, for the work you have to do and the time of the officer, time of the driver, getting the truck out there and then having to roll it back over, make sure everything's okay, get it back up. And if it's a police call and then taking it back to their impound, not yours. I mean, there's so many different things that can go into this category. I could have a 3-hour show just on this. So my brothers and sisters that are out there that are in the towing, that are in my pages and on my groups, I will be putting this out on TikTok too, so I can get my brothers from over there on towing. We want everybody to join and contribute this Saturday for this show. It will be for the left line with Lefty, but we will have it tagged to left lane. But it's both worlds. You got the towing and the trucking side going at it. And the thing is, just like you guys don't haul freight for free. And if a guy don't pay you, you sit there and hold it until you get paid, right? Yeah. Same way. Same thing in towing. We're not going to release the vehicle until we're paid. You can call us a-holes, whatever. But, we're the ones that did the work and did everything we had to. I don't know how many of them I've been on that rescued and pulled cars out of the water, rescuing people because they went off on the road, out of the road, into the embankment, river. I mean, having to do water recoveries. I've done those in Florida. I've only worked on one here in the state of Tennessee, and that was back in 2000. I want to say 2011, and everybody else. I got told to go home and retire my shift because I was out for almost out on my shift for 3 days straight. So yeah, the owner come in, took over, and when they did the water recovery, they ended up finding a body in the vehicle. So I mean, I'm just telling you, things that I have seen, things I have done. Been there, done that. What's up, Malachi? I see you, brother. I'm not ignoring you. I see the comments. But this right here is where it's irritating me, is this crap right here. And I mean, this goes all the way back. And I mean, it's just, and I'll show you the page. This is what it starts out with. Wreck ahead, truck laying over on its side. And I mean, it's the truck laying over on its side. You'll find it. It's in the left line. It's on the left line with lefty page. And I'm telling you, this is what's getting under my skin. This is BS. What's up, Ari? Hey, brother. See, here's another brother from the towing neighborhood, too. He's worked with a few companies that I've dealt with and I've known for years. And he's worked with a few of them, too. Brother, I'm going to do a show Saturday on this. Yeah, and I'll bring it back up. I'm going to minimize this down. Yeah, you'll see this on my page. Sticker shock, towing trucking industries at odds with agencies overpricing regulations. And it ain't got nothing to do with overpricing. That right there, that's work. That's if you're loaded, you got fuel spill, you got hazmat that comes out. And I mean, just telling you, y'all think this is easy? No. There's a lot of regulations, a lot of things that's got to be done different than what we used to do. I know the risk program down there. Just let me know. And if you want me to, hell yeah, I'm going to have you. I'm going to have my boy over at BME get a hold of me. I'm also going to have a couple of guys from up here. Hey, Rodney, I know if you're watching, Rodney, over here at B&E Towing, let me know. And MBE, Brett, if you're watching out in Orlando, I know you're a heavy hauler. You drive the Superman or the Spider-Man truck. Get a hold of me. If I can get you for at least an hour, man, this Saturday, we're going to do a show on this, and we're going to go over how the systems are, what regulates it. Yeah, I'll send you a link to the studio, brother. Not a problem. It'll be, like I said, Saturday, 8 o'clock. We're going to be going over this because this has gotten under my skin because this is something I love and have done for years, just like trucking. But for a company out of Canada to come in and pay the bill of $50,000 of what the recovery was on their truck, and then turn around and act like, well, they wouldn't give us our truck until we got it paid for, and then turn around and then they sent a bill to the Wyoming Highway Patrol to get $45,000 of it back. So they're saying all that work and recovery and everything when it went off the road was only worth $5,000, and that's taking it back, paperwork, equipment, snatch blocks, workers on site. Really? And 2 trucks. I mean, I don't know how they do it in Canada, but this ain't the way we do it here because if they got some Yahoo that does their towing and don't care, but let more power to them. But for them to sit there and go after the Illinois governor and stuff and go after the commissioner, and then there's the Illinois Drivers Association. Yeah. And you want to sit there and say the police are on the take? Y'all got some issues. Y'all got some real issues. Y'all just trying to keep burying these truckers, and you're also trying to bury the guys that work and help save them and get the roads open too. So the truckers and the towers, they work hand in hand, but you're not going to sit here and bury them on my watch. So that's all I got to say tonight, but I'm just letting you know this is a live announcement. We are having a show Saturday, and I will be talking about towing. And this is going to be one of the topics I pull up. I will bring it up. If it means I have to put it on the big screen, I'll have the big screen sitting behind me and we'll be talking about it. I'll be pointing it out. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Y'all take it easy. And I'll leave you on a good note. Y'all have fun, all right? Love y'all.
Mile upon mile, got no direction. We're all playing the same game. We're all looking for redemption. Just afraid to say the name. So caught up now in pretending. What we're seeking is the truth. I'm just looking for a happy ending. All I'm looking for is you. And it came upon me